Episode 16 of our mega series, and I know you guys have been waiting for this one. We're looking at all 30 athletes competing at World's Strongest Man this year, taking a look at their story so far, how we think they'll do on the events, and how we rate their overall chances. And yes, this time we are looking at Manuel Angulo. So Auntie Liz, Manuel Angulo, our first ever representative from Chile. Tell us what we need to know.
This is hard because I really want to give every single athlete the same love and attention.
Absolutely.
In the videos, but I can't really do a story so far because we don't really know Manuel's story. All we have in terms of competition data for him on the international level is his results from the OSG Masters from last year, 2021, where he placed 13th. And that's all I have. I mean, we have the results of that competition, so you can use that somewhat for the event analysis.
Well, we will do. We'll look into those results. I've actually been looking at his YouTube channel, trying to follow his training a little bit, and find out as much as I can about, I like to find out as much as I can about all the athletes, and it's no different with Manuel. So he competed at OSG 2021 in the Masters class, and that was a stacked lineup. So let's get that clear. We had Zydrunas Savickas in that lineup. We had Jerry Pritchard, Dimitar Savatinov, Mark Felix, Ken McClelland, a whole host of very well-established international athletes. And Manuel placed 13th. I think the whole lineup, there was about 25, 30?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So he's a strong guy, not experienced at this level, but looking at his results at the OSG contest, there was a few decent performances. So let's take a look at what he did, and then we'll rate how we think he can do at World's Strongest Man.
Event 1 then was the loading race, and they did a somewhat loading medley at OSG, didn't they?
OSG was a carry and drag, so a little bit different. They had to carry 2 implements onto a sled and drag them back. World's Strongest Man is, I believe it's going to be 4 different implements. It's about speed. But he was solid at this type of event. You know, he can move. I don't think he's going to be the quickest guy, but I think he's capable of doing it. It's one of those events that it is possible to make mistakes on, so if he can, the reality is he's probably going to be out first. So he's going to have that pressure on himself. He needs to focus on his own performance. That would be my advice to him. I remember my first Worlds, I was up against Mariusz Pudzianowski. Mariusz, like the greatest there was at that time, just to my left, and I was like, don't even look at him. I actually turned my back to him and I focused on my implements. And he went well ahead of me to start with. But if you go watch it back, it actually comes down to a photo finish with us, and I didn't look at him once. He made a mistake on his last implement, and when you kind of see the photo finish, we're both taking our hands off at the same time. The bastards gave it to him, but I was close to beating him. And, you know, if you go and watch on YouTube, you'll be able to see that video. If Manuel just focuses on what he does, tries to do the best he can, that's the best advice I can give anyone, because other people can make mistakes. So he'll want to get a good start. He's more than capable of lifting all these objects. It's just about doing it as quick as possible.
Next is the deadlift ladder, and this was an event that he didn't do too badly at.
This was by far his best event at OSG. He actually placed 6th on this event. And the only athletes that beat him were some of those big names that I mentioned. So Zydrunas Savickas beat him. Boo-hoo. Who cares if Zydrunas beats you? Ken McClelland beat him. And Ken, for those that don't know, is a very, very good strongman. We're going to see him at the Strongman Classic later in the year. Jerry Pritchard won the deadlift. Jerry, we all know, is one of the absolute best deadlifters on the planet. A certain guy called Mark Felix, we all know how good Mark is at deadlifting, and Dimitar Savatinov. Dimitar is a massive, massive static lift monster, incredible squat, incredible overhead, and very good deadlift as well. So to come 6th in the lineup, he beat some very solid deadlifters. He is more than capable of holding his own at the deadlift. The issue is at World's Strongest Man, we have so many great deadlifters.
Yeah, and this is heavier. The heaviest deadlift they
a lot
did
heavier.
Was 3, 4, 5, I think it was.
Yeah, I think we could be up as heavy as 400 on this one. So it's much heavier, but He's around a 370, 380 deadlifter. There are guys at World's Strongest Man that cannot pull that. The problem for Manuel is there's a lot that can.
Yeah.
So this is his best event, and I still don't think he'll pick up huge points, but certainly an event where he can pick up a few points in the right group.
Next is the car walk, and this is also an event that he did at OSG.
Yeah, he did. At OSG, they used 900 pounds, and it was an event he placed 12th in, I believe.
Yeah.
So not too bad at all. I just think it's not good enough for picking up big points at World's Strongest Man. It is just a very, very high standard that we're talking about when you're looking at World's Strongest Man. Manuel, again, go there, put on a performance, show that Chile are on the map, and inspire the next generation of athletes from South America. That's what I believe. That's got to be his mission.
Yeah, it has to be. And it's crazy really that in the 45 years now, this is the first person from South America.
Absolutely. It is bad, isn't it? And one thing we have to take as a positive from Manuel competing at this year is let's get South America on the map. Yeah. There are other athletes that I know of that compete in South America, a couple of Brazilian guys that are pretty good. Hopefully it's going to help it grow. I'd love to see a big contest over there or some kind of a feeder competition. That's what we need. And I think, I've spoken many times about how I want to see different regions get bigger and stronger. So in a couple of years, we do literally have the best of the best from all over the world.
Next, again, an event that they did at OSG. It's a bit uncanny, isn't it? It's almost like
OSG was like,
OSG, we need to be paying attention to that. Yeah. But it was a 147 kilo log for reps in the Masters category.
It was. And this was a tough event for him. He zeroed on the log. Wasn't the only guy that zeroed. There's certain Mark Felix that zeroed on this event. 147 at World's Strongest Man, you should be able to get a good few reps on that. He's going to struggle on this one. I think if he can get a rep, he'll be very, very happy. Focus on getting a PB. That's all you can do. As at any level that you are, go to the competition, focus on your own performance.
Okay, one thing they definitely didn't have at OSG was the wrecking ball hold, because I would have remembered that.
Absolutely. And this is an event that's an unknown. So Manuel could have an amazing grip. We talk about old man grip strength,
No offense.
Who knows? Who knows? He may have an incredible grip. I hope he does. And again, go there, enjoy it, hold on to that wrecking ball for as long as possible.
Dear life.
Yeah. It is one of those events. It's hard to say. I've not got any information to go off. So it's an event that grip you can train anywhere. It's not like you're limited on kit and stuff like that. I mean, no one's going to have this wrecking ball implement, so all the athletes are in a similar boat there. You're just going to be training either holding a bar in front of you or holding farmers' walks, basically. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Hold on as long as you can. It's an event that is going to be totally unknown, and he may surprise us and pick up some points.
So, if Manuel comes to World's Strongest Man and shocks us all with a stellar performance that gets him in second or third place, he will have to do the stone off.
He will indeed. And I've, again, very little information on the stone off. Unfortunately, only the top 10 athletes at OSG got to go forward and do the stones. I have seen on his YouTube channel, he's got 160 kilo stone. Saw him lifting that. Even if he gets into the stone off, I think his experience on stones is probably going to be less than everyone competing. From what I've seen, I don't expect him to get through to the stones, but I do, despite what I said in another video, I am happy to see South America represented, and I'm sure lots of South Americans will be tuning in to support him. And what I hope we get from this is more athletes. Competitions in South America, bigger shows.
Africa as well.
We've got no representative. That's crazy to think we don't have any from Africa as well. But let's see these athletes get better. Because I remember telling you a story of a Brazilian just turning up to World's Strongest Man. They want that opportunity. Manuel took the opportunity, went to OSG. I didn't expect them to take Manuel.
No.
But here he is. And as an athlete, you're never going to turn down the opportunity that's given to you, or very few people would. You know, I've seen people invited to competitions that probably shouldn't have been invited at one stage, but it's not the athlete's fault. We need to try and grow from this. Let's make sure we have some kind of feeder comps now that even if it gets them to a competition in America or something like that, so we've got a way to get more athletes from all over the world being seen and being noticed. Manuel, go and enjoy World's Strongest Man. I don't expect Manuel to get to the final. I'm sure no one does, but what a story it would be if he manages to do it.
Right, you've kind of already answered this question, but the format is what it is.
The format is what it is. I apologise for going off script.
Okay. So how do you think Manuel's going to do? How do we rate his chances?
I think the reality is he's going to struggle. There's even his best events are not going to be a World's Strongest Man. I say this a lot as well. I sound like a real idiot saying, but you have to have weapons.
Yeah.
You have to have events that you can. You have to have events that you can beat top athletes at. I don't feel at World's Strongest Man level he does. His deadlift is very solid, very, very good indeed. But even at Worlds, still, he may get 2 or 3 points at his best on his strongest events.
Yeah.
And if you're getting 2 or 3 points on your strongest events, then you're going to struggle to get anywhere in your group. I hope he goes and enjoys it. I'm sure he will. What an experience for him to go to World's Strongest Man. First athlete from Chile, first athlete from South America, which is just mental.
It is.
But we wish him the best. Let us know your thoughts, guys. Is Manuel going to shock the world? I want to hear from the South Americans. Are you guys pleased to see this man representing you at World's Strongest Man? Let us know.